This is the exact map of what we're doing. This is called the HOTT methodology. It is, again, created by Ojemar, our coach. And if anyone has an org that's doing at least $3 or $5 million and you do want some personal time with him to walk you through a proper planning session and some help, he is available. I can give you his contact information. He's not cheap, but there's a reason that he gets results, right? Like usually, to give you an idea, he drove us total value of our businesses maybe $7-10 million to $50-70 million. So there is a method to the madness and a reason that coaching helps, right? So if you're at a point where it makes sense, where he can actually impact your business and you have the resources to invest into it, I can connect you with him. Now, let's go through this. We're going to actually have some worksheets here and have you fill some of this out. You can see the taxonomy here in the previous form, but let's answer these questions. Where are we? So we're going to ask ourselves and our team members some pretty brutally honest questions, and we'll have a worksheet to fill out around that. But what went right? What went wrong? What have we learned? And what are the big opportunities and challenges? So let's just review what the total day looks like. We're not going to get through all of this today. This is over 2 days. But where are we? We're going to review the year-to-date results causes. So what went right? What went wrong? We need to be brutally honest about this. One of the questions we're going to ask ourselves is, what are we going to stop doing that we were doing? What are we going to start doing that we weren't doing? What are we going to keep doing that we are doing, right? So we need to be able to answer a lot of these questions. We're going to have everyone on your team answer it individually. Then we're going to combine those answers and we're going to make sure everyone's on the same page. The best part about doing this with partners and other people, senior leaders in your team, is that sometimes you're not aligned on the different drivers and causes in your business. You're not aligned on where the company's going and the greater vision. So there is a previous exercise to this around, mission and vision that you should complete as well. So I want to make sure that you do that. I'll try to get you a workshop on mission and vision another time. For the most part, if we're a brand, we can have a grand vision and mission around the branding, what the product does, who we benefit, who our buyers are, right? So it can go pretty deep into that. Now, where are we going? So align on our big ambition for 2024. This is, should say 2025. So aspirations for valuation, sales, EBITDA, and the core strategic choice cascade. So he calls it the choice test cascade, trademarked, but we'll have a different way of kind of presenting this specifically for Amazon sellers. Now we're going to discuss the taxonomy of value, which we just looked at. So we'll fill that out. We'll have your team and you fill out those numbers so that you can really identify where you're at from a numbers perspective, get a more visual representation as to where you currently are, and then we can start to tweak some of those numbers to decide where you should be going. And then we'll discuss how you're going to get there. So you're going to set those huge, outrageous targets. We're going to discuss the 3 to 5 value levers for the next 4 quarters. So it's not just, for this quarter. This is an annual planning session. So every quarter, you're going to go back and you're going to review. What did we do this quarter in our annual planning session, right? Or the previous planning session? We had our goals for this quarter. Did we hit them? Did we not hit them? Were they ambitious enough? Did we revise them? And what are the next quarter's goals? Are we still in alignment with those annual planning session, with those annual targets, or are we above or below, and how do we adjust? So this session is to kind of give us that big vision for the year, but along the way, you're going to be adjusting down or up depending on what you have going on in your business. Hey, if you're enjoying this content, you're going to love the masterclasses that we host on a regular basis. We've got over 1,000 members in our private community, and over 400 of them are already doing over $1 million. We regularly host masterclasses with hundreds of students, and you can find out more below. Join us. Now, you have to actually discuss those targets. So who, what, when, and measured how. That is as specific as possible, right? So who's going to be owning that HOTT. There's only one person that can own it. And now we've read, I mean, I don't know what's behind me, but we've read half a dozen business management books. And what's interesting about them, whether it's 4DX, which is 4 disciplines of execution, there's a working backwards, there's, let's see, scaling up, measure what matters. Like all of these books, they have their own way of calling it, but really it's setting goals and working backwards. They have different ways of calling the same thing, but it's all the same stuff. And so what's important though, is that you set that target and work backwards. But all of them talk about how only one person can own a KPI. If you have 2 people owning a KPI, then no one owns that KPI. And so we're going to discuss what are those KPIs for pulling that trigger. So who, what, when, and measured how. And then we're going to discuss around leading actions towards those targets. Now, the best way to describe the leading actions and the analogy that Ojemar gives is that if I want to lose weight, and so my big goal, if I were to be specific and measurable about my goal, I want to go from 250 pounds to 230 pounds by Camp Ecom. So by May 20th, right? Now, that's a very specific and measurable goal. It's in that formula by X to Y by when. But if my leading action is weighing myself every day, I am not truly, it's not going to impact the outcome. Just weighing myself is just measuring the lagging metric. The lagging metric is the weight, right? But in order to lose weight, you have to have some leading activities. Now, it could be exercising. It could be hitting a calorie goal every day, right? Those are leading activities. Those are leading actions, is calorie restriction or exercising, or a combination of the two, because we know that what controls weight loss is going to be calories. Every single day, I know that if I hit my calorie target, I will lose weight. And so that can be super measurable too. So every single day, if I draw a calendar out and I have my weight on my weight target, and I have my current weight, right, mapped out, and I have by day, and then I every single day hit my target of 1,500 or 1,700 calories, whatever it is I decide to set, I can plot my weight as I'm doing that, right? And so if I'm a week in, and let's say I have 8 weeks to hit my target, or 12 weeks to hit my target, let's say, and on week 1, my weight has not slid, like I have a linear line, as an exact line from my current weight to my target weight. And if my weight is above that line, that means that my leading activity is not correct. It's not strict enough. Maybe I set it at 2,000 calories and I need to go to 1,800 calories. But that is the magic of measuring your progress and your leading activity. Do I have the correct leading activity? Am I doing it enough? Am I doing it too much? Is it overachieving? Let's say that my weight went below that line, and by the end of the 12 weeks, I'd be at 210. I need to either adjust my target to 210 and be happy with that, or I need to say, you know what, I'm losing too much weight too fast. Let me increase my calorie intake to 1,700 from 1,500, right? But now I have a scorecard method for measuring my progress. And so what we're going to do is figure out how to relate that methodology of scorecarding, goal setting, working backwards, leading activities to your Amazon business. So that by the end of this, your team, you or your team, will know what you're doing on a daily, weekly basis and how it's leading towards that lagging metric.